Hello and welcome to another episode of the All Round podcast with me, Gavin Donaldson, and
John Lebbon. We're going to take you through some of the news headlines that people really care about. Things like what the Daily Star talk about. Is it Daily Star or Daily Sport?
Daily Sport have the best articles known to man.
Yeah, I was going to say. I don't know if some of them are true though. Are they?
Do they still do it as well?
They still do Daily Sport. I see it every time I go in the garage. Because I always think, who buys it?
They'd have the more bizarre ones on the Daily Sport on Sunday was even more mental as well. They would have articles such as this one that we're going to put up.
Well, the thing with Daily Sport, I used to think Daily Sport was for people that didn't have the bottle to buy a porn mag, but didn't feel as scruffy. You're not as scruffy as pervy to buy a porn mag. So the Daily Sport filled that down it's a newspaper. It's really just porn.
Do you reckon that's what it is? They didn't feel as pervy doing that. Yeah. See, I don't see the difference. For me, it's almost like there's two shifts to your perviness. Like after 7 o'clock, after the watershed, any disconcerting weirdo can walk into a garage and get an escort or a razzle, something proper over 18, non-penor, obviously. Yeah. But during the day, if you're a raving, horny get, what are you going to do sitting at your beer table? So you've still got that soft porn kind of element with your daily sport.
What I mean. I think people just got it instead of it. You know what I mean? It's like Nuts magazines. I don't think people were bothered about the football stuff in it.
Max Power. They're all just girls, on the, it's the only reason
I think they were 15-year-old lads that could just buy something, couldn't they?
Yeah.
Just get it that way. And I stuffed 9 mini eggs down my Jap's eye.
Did you?
I was just going to say, you look different on that.
It looks like you with glasses on. How many have you managed before? Because they reckon he's got a world record here.
Unless he was melting them down and putting them down like soup.
I mean, how would you do it? It's got to be some sort of deformed thing, but I always wonder if the Guinness Book of Records are in attendance at these things. You know, when they claim it's a world record.
Well, they'll just say that, does.
How many people are coming out and saying, I had a crack at it, I've been training for months, putting all sorts of confectionery down my Jap's eye. Old,
what's he called?
I think he's called David. Oh, Bachelor Barry in his Easter record.
How's he single?
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah. It's strange how these people, though, we've said it before, want to put themselves into a paper. Is it just that fear?
No, I don't know if they're putting themselves in the paper. I think they've just been caught and then it's sort of gone out, isn't it? It's not like Lasso's sleeping with 1,000 people in a day. Yeah. No way she slept with 1,000 people in a day.
They reckon it looks awful.
Yeah, but I mean,
to be honest,
she'll have had I reckon about 60 people have turned up, 60, 80 people, because lads in the queue aren't going to be like, there's only 60. They're in the queue thinking, let's get in here, get out. You're not looking behind you, you're not looking in front of you. They've had a lot of people through, but not 1,000, because that last done 100 in a day. There was a documentary on that in 24 hours. Yeah. So she's went and done that by 10 times. It's 40 seconds a person. That's including
getting up. There's got to be a holding room, or were they
just on the stairs?
On the but how long are these? Was it in a Witherspoons with the amount of stairs that we're talking about? And how long did everyone get?
40 seconds. That's what it would work out as. 12 hours.
Oh, so you get 40 seconds. So you don't even get
But that would be including getting on and off. So that it's
getting on and off.
Well, you know what I mean? There's a couple
beg your pardon, bed.
Imagine if an old fella here we go, love, here we go. Oh, your time's up. I haven't got it in. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's I get what you're saying, because you're looking at the distance, aren't you? Thinking, how long for them 200 before me? Am I camping and waiting here? Or
no way, there was hundreds there. Who took the numbers? One of her team.
I mean, she's not bad looking, to be fair, Bonnie Blue, but you wouldn't touch her. Any normal person wouldn't touch her these days. But I think she's been creeping around with old piano teeth.
Good Lord, Bonnie Blue opened up about what Bevo was like in bed, and I'm traumatised.
I'm traumatised just looking at that picture.
Well, he always does that thing, doesn't he, when he eats food? I've only watched about 2 of them. You know the rules.
He doesn't chew,
He's got the tattoo on there, you know the rules. And I bet when he's right, nobody says that. I bet that's part of it, you know the rules.
I wonder if he's well endowed, because he's obviously had a shit deal in life. I mean, look at the clip on me, and I'm calling him. But
them teeth are mental.
I don't see how anyone would want to touch him.
Well, that Bonnie Blue's just trying to get as famous as she can to get the OnlyFans, isn't it? I bet she's quite an intelligent thing, like
yeah,
off camera, and that she's making out she's this raving thing. About off camera, someone went new, like, get away, you know what I mean? Like,
She's very clued up business wise.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a bit of a goer, for want of a better word, a floozy.
Oh, yeah.
Many men are, but I mean, this is a different scale, to be fair.
Has Bevo not got a bird now?
He always had a bird, didn't he?
Like,
and I'm sure she was knock-eyed.
She was like an OnlyFans girl, though, and
was she?
Like that, because everyone was saying, Bevo will do content, and he was like, you know the rules. I just eat roasties. I don't think it went through or not like that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't say. I feel sorry for people like him because he's got famous, but where do you go after that? Like, where do you make your money and stuff? I feel like
he should start maybe trying to because he doesn't swallow. No, he just swallows. He doesn't chew, does he? So
I don't think it's as popular anymore now. He's got his teeth fixed, because I think his teeth and that were part of like the.
It's quite strange as well, isn't it? If you're into that.
I don't know if it's a long-term project either, is it? You know what I mean? Like,
it's a niche thing for a fan to want to watch that and to give you a real following and call yourself an actual, not just a follower, but a fan. You've got to be into that. Yeah. There's probably more people in there shagging cars than there is watching Bevo inhale food.
Yeah.
So, like you say, where does he go next? Does he try, a bit like a parrot maybe, like regurgitating what he's at in full, something like that?
Well, he's gone down this route, hasn't he? I do feel sorry for people like that. It's like when people go on Love Island and they come off, and they're like, I'm going to do modelling and something like that. And a few of them struggled. A few of them go on to do stuff, but a few of them you're a bit like, and go back to work would be mental, wouldn't it? If you were like super famous for 2 months or something, and then having to go and get like a cleaning or a.
All of these shows totally agree, because there's not enough of the limelight for all of them to do something, is there? So they're taking the best characters or whatever, and they're getting a bit more. Like you say, it's...
That Hammond's done the best on This Morning.
Hammond?
Oh, what's she called?
Alison Hammond? She was at X Factor, she
got voted out of Big Brother on the second series. Honestly, she was about the third one out. And then she started presenting on there. And then now she's probably had the best career out of a lot of them.
I'm sure she's doing stuff in the States and that.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like, she's had a belter career. She got voted out. Honestly, I reckon about the third.
I thought she was off X Factor for some reason.
No, Big Brother. I don't know why I remember that, but that's why. Like, I always say it on telly. I think you've done really well, considering like
some of them have off Big Brother. Remember Craig from the very first one?
He's got his own January film.
He had I can remember watching right back in the day, like still at school, but he had like his own DIY thing in it because he's quite a likeable fella. Him.
Yeah.
I think that Anthony, who was from Newcastle, he started doing dance classes and stuff.
I seen him in Newcastle and I'd done it to him, and I can remember just thinking I would just want to hurt myself the next year.
So you were a fan?
I wasn't a fan. I just seen him on the dance floor and I just went like that, and he just went, done it back. And the next morning, when you wake up, you hung off and you hate yourself. Like, did I do that? Like that.
Did he do it back?
Done it back. I felt like punching myself in the face. You're talking about 15 years, 20 years ago, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what's worse, though, you doing it or him doing it back.
Definitely me doing it, because he was famous for it.
No. If I was him, I'd be looking and thinking, don't do it. Do not do it back.
Just ashamed of myself. Because you hate yourself anyway, so I hang up the door and I just walk up to the phone. Like a cold shiver over my thing. Oh my God.
A lot of these former kind of sort of, what do they call it? Not live TV. These, Love Island. Reality TV stars. A lot of them back in the day, they must be kicking themselves because they've missed such a trick with social media and everything these days, and paid services. You had like some Corsi, all of these are just Big Brother. I know women off the other ones as well.
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, apparently Bevo, he has gone down that route, and he's on Pornhub.
Bevo is. What do you search on there?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
Bevo porn.
Yeah. Big, massive piano teeth. Does question mark like that? Yeah, I wasn't searching anything like that. I seen it on like an article on obviously Facebook or Instagram. Like? I never watched the videos, but my mind was blown. I just thought he maybe end up doing all right with that. He maybe end up having a threesome with lad who's got every job under the sun. The bald guy.
John.
He's always in the memes. Like, that's my doctor or that's my nurse. Is it Johnny Summit? Something like that.
He's a porn star, isn't he? Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
No, he's more. I can imagine he'd be quite good though. Like, they have fake taxi, don't they? It could be like fake burger van. They just pull up and he's just sucking on a roast turkey and then like, hey, get in the back. Like, you know the rules. Just doing that. You know the rules. Get in the back.
Can't pay for your quarter pounder, can you?
Yeah.
Come on.
Fake burger Van Bevel, that's what it is. That would be quite a good little niche thing though, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
Food as well. He could do his food thing and then get in the back. Rattling.
You don't think I can swallow this, do you?
Yeah.
I know what I'd like to think.
I've done some swallowing, now it's your turn. I something like a proper, like, creepy.
Horrible.
Yeah.
But it'd be like the fake taxi, like you say, but yeah, Bevo's. Whatever.
Bevo's Burger Grill or something like that. Oh, honking. I tell you what, though, I bet it'd be popular.
Honestly, people watch it. Sometimes, I think, I watch films sometimes on Netflix and YouTube.
I didn't say I'm porn there, I've seen films.
No. The proper low budget, a lot of them these days. And you can tell. And you've got some of these porn, like, things and stuff. Some of them look like massive budget and everything. But I don't think people like that when they're being...
People want a bit of reality.
They want a bit of reality and they want, like, fake taxing and a bit of... not minging, but then a couple of levels below the Brazzers level.
Well, people want to think that they could be there, don't they? Whereas if it's like big production and like absolutely stunning American, like they think, not reality. But if they get like a lass who's maybe behind on a rent who looks bonny but not like out of this world in the back of a taxi, I think that's what like a lot of lads...
You're reading my mind, John.
A lot of lads go for that. Get it.
Or is that just... yeah. What you do resonates with me as well.
That's a message, people.
No, definitely not.
Happy 30th birthday, Nan. I've seen signs like that.
We've had signs on our bypass, haven't we?
Yeah. Honestly, it's mental.
We all know them people.
Yeah.
Happy 30th.
I don't want to be an old man when I turn 16. It's like that sort of crack, isn't it? It's just like, well, I don't know if that's an old man.
There's lots of them.
Yeah.
I do the school pickup, and a lot of the grandmas, I couldn't tell. I just thought they were the mothers. Honestly, and then the mothers come in. There's a reason the grandmas are picking up because a lot of the mothers are coming out of school at the same time to pick the kids up.
Well, when I worked at the sport centre, the job centre, a lot of the people, some of the women were having the kids based on like, because after 4 you get less benefits, so they would have a baby.
Oh, do you?
Then when like all benefits will go down, have another young. So they were timing it, like to keep the benefit. And I thought, oh my God. The military, they were saying, oh, is that still a benefit? They're like, totally. I thought, God, you could get a job. There is an option to get a job, but that was like, they had the kids based on like, after so many years, it goes down. So like, space it out between there.
Yeah.
Instead of having like 4 on the belt, have a year, like, you know what I mean? So they're doing it that way.
That's calculated, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely mental.
And what makes that worse than other fraudulent ways like benefit claimants is the fact that you should want to have a baby. You don't just bring it in for financial gain, because it kind of, for me, you've got to want it, to love it, to bring a kid up, right? If you're only doing it purely for financial gain, then is it there? I don't know. I'd rather someone was pretending to be ill and caught up and down a ladder, washing windows or something. Gavin
from Newcastle, a great comedian, he does a joke about pandas, saying if you want, because don't pandas just not recreating zoos and stuff like that. Said put them on a council estate. He said you'll have pandas running back. Something along them lines. Gavin, Newcastle comedian, absolutely class. But I just remember listening to that, I thought, that's class.
What did you used to call it when you used to think someone, if they hadn't got a job or looked for a job?
Sanctioned.
Sanctioning the pandas do that straight away. Yeah. Next week they'll be fine. They should be bobbied up. What else have we got on?
Say just do a brand or whatever.
Again, back to the daily sports stuff.
I bought Poundland's £9 Gucci trainers and now I'm drowning in pussy. To be fair, they look like Gucci trainers, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, now he's drowning in it.
So I don't know if they are Gucci or they're not.
Fake.
But
Gucci.
Sex-starved Barry Toft says he's beating off the pussy with his shitty stick thanks to his knockdown Gucci trainers. Go on, Barry lad.
I see.
There's maybe something else. He's maybe doing himself a bit of a injustice there. He's maybe good crack, loads of money.
Well, that's maybe just a conversation starter when he walks in with his gooses on, because there won't be Gucci's, will there? Be like gooses like that. Women are like, oh, what are they? Even better than Gucci's. squeaking like fuck because their market trainers always squeaked in there. Remember? Proper hard on your heels as well. There was no soles in them, was there?
Even as kids, when you haven't got bad knees, after the end of a school day, you knew about it with them.
I used to play out in a pair. My mum, like you say, use them for like playing out and that. Used to play football, sounded like a shire horse, like like that, because it was just dead hard on your feet, wasn't it, running around?
It's really popping. You used to go mad looking in everyone's gardens for a football. No one could ever find one. Yeah, you running up to take a kick and instantly just... that's the end of that, John.
Remember back in the day when the football went in someone's garden and like you'd all like, I just go in for it, and then you'd all make loads of noise when you got there. He's in your garden, he's in your... Throwing bums at the window and stuff like that. But you wouldn't have you get arrested or out like that, didn't you?
No, I've never had that in the house that I've lived in or out like that, unless the kids are just probably scared of us or something like that for whatever reason.
Restraining order.
They're not allowed near you, but Gavin, you're not allowed near them either.
Parents like that.
It doesn't seem to happen. Dikey. We used to have one up near yours. So there's an estate in Egremont where we're from, and we used to call it the Grand National. So it was up the back of this estate, Castle Croft, and you would start at obviously one side and do about 6 different fences, and it was fantastic because the guy at the end was obviously could hear all the shouting, so he was already coming out the house. It just added that bit of danger. Brilliant.
Well, up that top end as well, them houses near the rugby club, there's about 10 houses with no front gardens out, so they're just like terraced houses.
Yeah.
You could you could knock on about 7, couldn't you, when you're running past?
Mud
Good
bombs.
for your speed for rugby and stuff like that. People always say, how do you improve speed?
Hands down.
Knocky Nicky Ido, or chase or whatever some people call it.
Chase a chicken, like on the Rocky movies, like you said.
Yeah.
Nicky Nocky Ido.
I don't think anyone calls it Nicky Nocky Ido apart from us.
Because
when we put it on one of them videos, people never said, that's knock and chase or whatever it was called. And
same with Kirby and all sorts as well.
Play Kirby on a busy road. Get that danger going a little bit. And you're not allowed to move for the middle, were you, until you took your shot? Because you caught it, didn't you? Like, caught your thing. So if you moved for the middle, you didn't get your shot. Risking your life for 2 points.
Buy a car like that. Worth it. Your legs on back to front. That was a double. For God's sake.
Well, you used to get more points, didn't you, if you hit the curve, caught it, and just go like that, like 1, 2, 3,
Fantastic.
4, 5.
Trying to think of other games we would play. We used to play often on the bus as well, them sort of games when you're a kid to occupy yourself. Raps, can you remember raps with cards?
Yeah.
I used to be terrified of it, to be honest. Raps, there was all sorts. You just used to do anything to occupy yourselves.
Yeah.
Nicky Dad's golf club, have a game of golf. I can remember one guy, we went golfing, didn't we? And was his dad's club worth hundreds or something like that?
His dad had just bought one for 350 quid. And I said, that'll be about there. And I had one shot with it and took the head off it. And we'd never seen that lad for a few days after that, because I don't know what happened, but I've never felt so bad in my life. I just hit the floor with it like that, and it just snapped, because it was such a delicate, like, posh club.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just one of them. I thought, oh my God.
Him instantly in tears, and all you can hear is John in his
market trainers.
His 4-inch old plastic shoes running off. We know where you're going, John. We can hear you. I think, my knees are killing.
No wonder I've got plantar fasciitis on my feet. You know them things with your heels and that. They've been a childhood in market trainers.
It's worse when they try and make out like they're decent, some of these trainers, because obviously when you've got Alarwin, folk will know with Alarwin, they're growing in out of shoes so quick. And I never thought I'll buy you like Adidas and all these and stuff like that and, branded stuff, because I never had it. I was chuffed when we got Gola. But you've got to, because like you say, you get the cheap stuff. And it's just bad. It's bad for them. It's bad for it's bad for walk. You can't walk in them, like you said. They're just. But some of them are like fake, like Nike ones. I've seen the ones with like the bubbles and stuff. And honestly, they're as hard as bricks.
Well, some of the ones in there when we're in Vietnam, you look on them stills and they look the part, don't they?
Oh yeah.
You like walking, thinking doesn't normally rub like that. Doesn't normally make these sounds or something like that, doesn't it? Normally make like squeak, isn't it? Like absolute cheap squeak.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, they do look good in Vietnam. They definitely get
some
you
of them
like
probably
a magpie.
but that's what I mean. But
because I was like, I thought, why did I buy? I'm bad for always buying a load of gear before I go somewhere. And a lot of people say, I know people who take an extra suitcase just to buy where they're going, like Turkey or Vietnam,
Fags.
Thailand, fags,
Bring a wife back as well. Some
hair,
people don't.
wives.
Yeah. All sorts getting brought back.
Yeah. Syphilis, chlamydia, or whatever you want. But I never thought that. But some of these, they are decent stuff. And dirt cheap as well. But yeah, I mean, I could do with some new, to be honest. I look like a right fat scruff. What else have we got on here, John? Let's have a look. Oh,
Russian drones target Kiev when Keir Starmer was
let's
there.
get political.
I know that's a lie because Putin's bombs couldn't do as much damage as he's doing. Could he? Do you know why would Putin take him out? He's doing a great job wrecking England, isn't he? So I can't imagine Putin taking him out. But
and he's never going to do anything to Putin. No. Not that he should, because I don't agree that.
I don't Oh, he just drives me around the bend. Even though I know they don't make the decisions, I know he's only the front piece. But
he's horrible.
Annoying.
Get a better mouthpiece, yeah.
Yeah, he's just annoying, isn't he? He just comes across like a supply teacher at school that comes in with an attitude that he's going to change him.
With an air of... For all his rhetoric about being working class, which obviously he wasn't, and everything else, for all of that, he still comes across as so arrogant, like he's better than everybody else.
There must be in a little echo chamber because even people I know who love Labour all their life don't like Labour now. I don't know that like appealing to anymore. Like there's no argument anymore. Like it's not like get political. I don't know anyone support Labour.
It's
anymore.
Not a socialist party.
No, that's happening.
There isn't really any parties anymore. They're all just they try and be as extreme as they can when they're not in government, and when they're in government, as stupid as they can be.
Well, Conservatives were liberal. They'd probably like an old Labour.
That's what I'm saying.
And then Labour's gone even further that way, where he's like, he'll have a reaction, like America's having the reaction now, aren't they?
With Trump, yeah.
So England will just do the same.
Yeah.
Whether people like it or not, that'll be what happens, because I think a lot of people look at America and think a bit envious. It's not everyone, but I think there's a lot more people you think about. They'll maybe not admit it, but they're looking over there like, oh, quite agree with a few of them. Quite envious of them.
To be fair, I voted Reform. Because you're sick of the establishment.
Yeah, it's an anti-establishment vote, isn't it?
Even if it is, detrimental to us if they do get into power. Because I don't think, like your friends, you know Nigel, don't you? And obviously we've interviewed him on a different podcast. Seems like a lovely guy, but like you said, there's always going to be policies that you don't agree with.
Yeah, that's the thing with Trump and that. I don't agree with
they're not necessarily the solution, but what we're going to do, pick the Conservatives next again and carry on down that road, because there isn't even any Lib Dems. Back in the day when we were young, there was at least another party who kind of had a bit of a say, you know what I mean? Could keep them because they wanted to ally themselves with them, but...
Lib Dems just treated it like a stag do last time, didn't he? He was just like, I'm hang gliding. Oh, I'm going to do a skydive. You're like, have you got any policies or not? Or are you just doing like... I'm kayaking today. It was just him going past on stuff, wasn't it?
On Blackpool Pier on a merry-go-round and stuff, and you're like... I like it.
Playing the drums one day, like that, like African drums. You're like, are you going to say any policies, or are you just going to say you do mental stuff every day?
What are your policies? African drums, merry-go-rounds. Like, that's the reason you lost.
Yeah. I think they got loads of votes, didn't they, compared to normal?
They've done well, yeah. Better than Nick Clegg. Remember him? He was a wet weekend, wasn't he? But it's lad who there's only one person I can't stand more than him though at the minute in British politics. Ed Miliband.
Oh yeah.
I just wish.
Ed Miliband's the type of person that was grassing on people at school for like coming in late and things like that, isn't he? He's one of them people that just kept running to his mum. Everyone's been mean to me. With reality, he's just a pain in the ass.
I don't know. I can't blame him because I bet everyone was mean to him.
Yeah, he does look like Wallace and Gromit, doesn't he?
Oh, he looks like something Wallace and Gromit have forgotten to finish.
Yeah, he just look insane.
I wish they would. I wish they'd just get back out of him, just remould him and just say it, Ed, Great British Energy and that £20 billion that you've got for something that the majority of the population... I don't know about climate change. I'm not informed enough.
I'm an expert.
But the thing is, let's have an informed discussion at different levels that different sets of people can understand as well. And we don't do that. They just go on the presumption that they've got a mandate, they're in government, and they can spend our money, billions of it, doing stuff like this.
You can have scientists that are funded by the people that want something to happen.
Well.
So it's like when scientists come out and said nicotine doesn't give you cancer. They were being funded by people to go out and find that information. No, that's what they come out. They're in Congress, weren't they, in 1990, saying. Same when they said sugar doesn't affect your health. That scientists saying that. It's just that if you're getting paid to say something, scientists will agree with exactly who's funding them.
I should be the poster boy for these.
That's what you found out over the years.
Nicotine. Look at him, he's alive and kicking. Just.
What's the next younger of that?
Let's have a look. Yeah, I do. Yeah. But people drive, but still on that though, but people drive a demonise Trump.
Yeah.
And get Trump away. And I've seen a couple of stats the other day. Because it's not my cup of tea either. You know, people look at this and think, look at them right-wingers, just because they're not agreeing with something else.
Well, these days you're right-wing if you're just not totally left-wing. Aren't you?
Yeah. You just not agree with anyone.
It works like a cult, the extreme left. If you don't agree on every single point, you're a far-right extremist.
You're a Nazi.
That's how cults work, don't they? So you can't stand out the cult or...
Yeah, it's that think tank. You think exactly the same, that there's no other opinions, and anyone else thinks, even considers someone outside of that, we're going to have to get rid of these. It's
like Russell Brand and all them type of people. They're lefties. But lefty, you go left, and if you can't keep going left, you stop. You become a far-right extremist. Even if you're only that bit more or less left than someone, you're far.
It's a circle, you see. Yeah. You see.
And who's this guy?
So this fella... I can remember seeing this one years ago, to be fair. And I hope he's still alive because you're a legend if you ever see this. The elderly couple who were billed £200 for pay-per-view porn films that they claimed they'd never ordered, and they're not paying a penny. Lasso is adamant. You can tell in her face. Now, I'm getting a different expression from the fellow mind behind.
I feel sorry for someone that age. I feel like someone just goes up and says, oh yeah, it's been a glitch, and just says, hey, give us 200 quid or something. You horny old bastard.
You would have a bit of thing though, wouldn't you? You'd be like, you'd be like,
still got
I know you did it, you know you did it. Don't make out that you didn't do it because it's written all over your face. I want to say Edward or Arnold or
still
something
got lead in the pencil though. That's the most impressive bit of that story, isn't it? Still knocking them out.
She should be happy, to be fair, shouldn't she?
Yeah. Well, maybe she put out a bid.
It's her fault.
Oh, yeah.
Poor old bugger.
Poor Eddie's fucking walking around like a statue.
I want to say, what we call him, Eddie. I just want to say now a clip of Eddie standing in the Bonnie Boy Blue. Cute.
Only one without a mask on because we all had masks on like that.
Same expression.
Same expression. Ended up in the queue, didn't know what the queue was. Shut up, Eddie. You've had this story before. You horny little git.
Infamous. But then you always get them relationships and partners, and I've knew them, we've all knew them, where you can tell people till you're blue in the face, such and such is cheating on you, or that's happening, or this is happening, and they just don't hear it. And sadly, I think that's, maybe Eddie's wife.
Vera.
Let's call her Vera and Eddie. Vera and Eddie, everyone.
Yeah. What's the next year? I feel sorry for them now. Bound to get a message like, excuse me, that's my uncle.
We humanise them by giving them names. TV. Oh, no. Man arrested for pointing TV remote into houses and changing the channel to Babe Station. Hey. It wasn't me.
Wonder how much time you got on your hands to do that. Imagine taking the remote out, you're saying, where are you off tonight, love? I'm just going to go and put Babe Station on people's tellies like that. And you'd have to be close. You'd have to be right near the window. Wouldn't need to be doing it. You know how far a remote goes.
I think if you put a TV remote, though, to your head and open your mouth, it doubles the distance like your car keys. Science. I still don't know if that's true.
True with the car keys.
Serious?
Try it, 100% try it. Fact. I've done it loads of times. I seen it and I thought that doesn't work. And it definitely does. 1,000%. You can even be a couple of feet forward and that much difference. Done it before.
I can't wait.
You don't have to open your eyes, just put it to your head.
Fantastic.
Done. Try tonight on the way home.
I will. Urban legends. We're learning a lot on this podcast.
But Babe Station, is Babe Station on all day and all night? Or is it just on at night?
No, you used to get your 10 minutes free, didn't you? Like 9, another 10 at 10. Because, I mean, as a 14, 15-year-old lad, when they came about, you'd be itching for them. And you'd be waiting for 40 minutes, house would be silent, and then all of a sudden, it used to come up with a countdown to say 1 minute till the free time. And you'd be like, oh, yes. Eurotrash finished 4 hours ago. Something to do. You haven't got a Goodman's catalogue or a Freeman's catalogue. And then all you can hear is commotion in the house. Everyone's walking around and you think, how much better is TV these days? Now you can literally phone.
I think you're
anything.
spoiled for choice, so now you never get round to watching that. Whereas back, like, if I'm in a hotel room, I end up finding a program dead easy. I end up watching something about like country filers. I'll just put it on.
100%.
Whereas if I'm in the house, like, might be some better on YouTube. I'll watch that. No, I'm going to watch about the cartels and go Netflix bit, and you're like, you just flick around. You end up not watching anything, just scrolling on your phone, anyways, because that's not stimulate. You've got like extra stimulus that, so it's double.
I'm wasting a lot of my life watching 2 or 3 episodes of something as well, because there's that many with long series, and you think, give it a chance, you get 4 or 5 in, and you think, I've given this a couple of days of my TV kind of allocation, and you think, I'm going to have to start something else.
And there's not much on those series-wise. I haven't watched anything like there used to be Narcos and things like that. Now I watch Vikings and all them thoughts things are all right, and then now you're like, you see them advertised.
I don't watch all like that, mine, with different tastes. That sounds miles better than what I watch.
I was going to say, you watch like cartoon Marvel-y stuff, don't you?
No, not really. I watch a bit of everything, to be honest, but yeah.
A lot of like mythical stuff though, isn't there? And
I like horror stuff, to be honest, but it's hard to find like something that's... I just think as you grow up, and if you're watching this and horror films do terrify you, some of them get me as well, but not many of them these days, because I kind of grew up and realised that it's a movie and it's not real.
I always think the scariest
and it makes you jump a bit, but you're like, it's not real, it's not going to happen.
The ones where like you don't see much, I hate the gory ones and stuff like that. The ones where like you think, did someone go past there? I think they're scarier than ones. But have you watched the new Beetlejuice?
I've never. I can't remember watching the old one. You know,
it's actually all right. The new one,
is it?
I feel like Beetlejuice gets a raw deal.
What is he? I've never understood this. He's like a ghost or something.
Yeah. Well, this couple dies, and then they want to haunt these people out of the house, and he gives a service about haunting them out. But it's a bit of a dodgy get, so you like signing away your soul or some weird stuff like that. And then the second one's the same. But I just feel like it's a proper raw deal.
Like he's made them a deal, they've entered into it willingly.
I feel like just let the juice loose or whatever he wants, and then just let him go for a larvae.
that was a Scottish advert for like opal fruits or something, wasn't it?
The juice is loose.
Can you remember that? Let the juice loose.
Can you remember them old sweets, Jolly Ranchers?
Oh, yeah.
They're not about now, are there? There's a few. I bet there's a few old ones. I bet you can bet them on the internet somewhere.
Just in usually like the American candy shops that a lot of towns have, you know, when they specialise in like Twinkies and all that sort of stuff.
I remember when I'd been on a hangover. I think, I can't remember where I was. It might have been Manchester. Went in one of them like sweet shops.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're hungover, I was just like shoveling like strawberries and sugar strawberries.
My mouth's
bag was massive. But I think it was about £7.
All right.
And I thought, oh my God, like back in the day, that would have been about £1 or something like that.
We used to make it even cheaper, didn't we? We'd go away on rugby buses and stuff as kids.
Yeah.
Used to go into them services, and if you remember, it wasn't even that long ago, because it was always weird.
No,
when we were really young, it was probably teens when they started saying, oh, you can have a pot, and you just fill it to the brim, and it costs a set amount.
Punching it and
eating it and kick it, almost jumping on it to get more, and eating it while you're doing it. Like,
did they still? I don't think they have them anymore, do they?
They were Candy Kings, I think they were called, weren't they?
Yeah.
No,
I used to eat quite a few.
I'm going to look into
it. Because I used to eat a strawberry, think there's 5 pence served, and then you'd have 6, and you think I've saved 50 pence. Then you thought, what? I'm just waiting for a tap on my back. Oh, scruffy bastard, get out of here, you know.
you get to the till, literally, still eating them, and you're like, oh.
That was before the internet was so massive, though. Like these days, I'd be on Cumbria Crack.
Yeah.
Scruffy get, Nick's out of pick a mix.
You're being Luton Live, look.
Yeah.
You're getting your no context Brits.
Yeah.
Oh.
Farm worker kicked to death while trying to have sex with a cow. I wasn't expecting that along the bottom. I thought it was going to be someone else.
No, it was just a nice farm worker kicked to death while trying to have sex with a cow. Good.
How did they know he was trying to have sex with the cow? When he's dead, did he dig out or something?
Well, yeah.
Or did the cow give a confession? I just want to know, I don't know.
Where's the culpability of the cow?
Yeah.
Have they talked to the cow? What's happened? Yeah. It maybe led him astray. Yeah. Have some of that milk. What else? You know.
Stuff like that's just mental, isn't it? Like, what level of like desperateness do you get to where you're just riding cows in fields?
It is a bit strange.
And not just cows are massive. Like, I worked on a farm, and if a cow stood on you, it's doing you damage.
You only don't now, don't you? Because you got caught shagging a cow.
Banned off.
I can remember a guy though, like the crack went round, it was someone kind of local to us back in the day, and I lived in the a little village just literally half a mile from the town that we're in now. And he'd been moved off, this person. I won't obviously say the name. But as kids, it was almost an urban legend, but I believe it is actually true, that he had tried to molest a cow and then it cut its throat. And I'm sure there is an article online of someone round here doing that. He'd cut the cow's throat, yeah.
Was that keep it quiet?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Well, like you said, keep it quiet, yeah. Yeah.
Well, in South America, there's a spot where young lads go and ride the donkeys. Like, it's just a town where... Like
ride them or have sex with them?
Ride them.
Oh, ride them,
and
ride them.
I think it's just one of them things, it's just sort of socially acceptable in that town that they go and ride the donkeys. Just wee, like a wee...
I'm not saying that because I agree with it, by the way.
You began there.
Where's this at?
On TUI tonight. What is this? No, well, it was a Vice documentary. I watched one of the Vice documentaries.
But like you were saying about politics before, though, almost, it's that groupthink, isn't it? It's that, yeah, not taking any other thing. So it becomes that culture in that town that it was okay for one person, and over the years, everyone's doing it. Very strange.
Yeah. Well, every culture is different. That's why when you mix them all together, it doesn't work a lot of the times. Because
but we're all human.
Yeah, I don't agree with riding donkeys, but I just...
It
wasn't like a roundabout way to say, like, I think they're all right doing that. I just mean, like, it's like in Spain, they kill bulls, don't they? I don't like that. I think it's horrendous. But they'll have something here that they don't like that I probably don't find as bad and stuff like
that. Yeah, everyone can point the finger, can't you?
Yeah.
Like you say. But that's pretty extreme. Yeah. But you say that, and I say that, I mean, molesting donkeys, is that on the same level as starting a war and killing people?
That's what I mean. Like, it's all like...
It sounds a lot more bizarre, because it is. And, you certainly don't agree with it, but is it weirder than people going to war? Yeah. And literally taking lives? Yeah. It's weird what's acceptable, isn't it? So we'll go to war. They're just having the time of their life in that village. Donkeys are loving it, well kept, probably. They're not going to go to work, are they? They're going to be like a house donkey.
It's just upset.
Have you ever seen one and been attracted to one?
No, I think it's because I don't know. I can remember the documentary. It's a short one on Vice. Just type in donkey riding. So actually, don't type that in the fucking hell.
Just put it in Google. Donkey riding.
Yeah. Expect a knock on the door when that comes up.
I wonder if that donkey that fancied you, what we talked about on the podcast before.
Yeah, I tell you what, you wouldn't let a donkey ride you.
Oh, no.
Jesus, that donkey that used to love me in that field, honestly, you're looking at that. It could be through the top of my head. Don't need that.
Help! Let's see what else we've got to talk about.
Hopefully something not incest. Bestiality or whatever it is.
Oh, yes.
There was people swimming with masks on their own, wasn't there, back in the day? And people with carry bags on their head swimming.
Oh, wow.
Like, COVID's that long ago now, you can actually have a normal conversation about it. At the time, I put stuff like this on Facebook and I get banned off. I put it on saying, why would you swim with a mask on your own? Do you want to kill my grandma? Like, it's not what I'm asking. I'm just asking why would you swim with a mask on your own? And
you'd have potentially been an extremist. Now, have you seen that report that was leaked? I think it was only yesterday, the government trying to change extremism, which includes kind of terrorists, to include conspiracy theorists. Yeah, I'm not saying you were a conspiracy theorist.
Everything I said, but
it's been proven right. But how to make it, to call someone extremist, like you say, you use that as an example. Say, hey, mate, why are you swimming with a bag on your head and a mask? Is that not crazy? I'll get you locked
People
up.
hugging through carrier bags. Remember the big carrier bag thing?
They've done it on that TV
this morning.
And they were crying.
Yeah.
And then they walked off. The perspex was only that wide. One walked off. You're breathing the same air. It was as if science ceased to exist.
No, very bizarre times. I think, is it coming up like 4 years since COVID or something?
It's been a while, yeah.
People have just forgot about like how mental it was. And you sometimes see them arrows on the floor in supermarkets and think, how many lives did they save?
For me, 100% agree. It's been like right out of my mind because it didn't really have a massive effect on my life. I was working from home, still did. I got paid. Great summer. to be fair.
Last time we had decent weather.
It was fantastic. You know, I loved it. And then it would come up, you'd have that interim where they'd let us out again before the lockdown again. I'd have a nice holiday.
You never went on holiday?
Eh?
You never went on? Oh, you mean in this country?
I can't remember where I went.
No, you never went abroad. There was only me that went abroad. I was the only one not vaccinated, and everyone was like...
I couldn't, could I? I even cancelled... I cancelled a holiday. I was going to Disneyland, if you remember.
Yeah,
because I said... No, it was because of the vax. I can't remember what it was for.
It wasn't because of the vaccine. It was just, I think, like, holders are off, so you didn't go. And then when they started coming about again, I went to Croatia, didn't I? Because it was the only spot that would let you in without a vaccine.
Because remember them, all the vaccine passports.
I never done one test, never done one thing. That vaccine thing, you just wipe it on there. There you go.
Yeah.
I'll fly with that. You know what I mean? Like, didn't even put anything on it. Some people were failing tests without wiping it on out.
Oh, mental. Yeah.
Doing a test 5 times in a row and getting like 3, one result, 2 with another. It was just...
That's what you get when Matt Hancock's neighbour or whatever, or whoever government crony knows somebody sets up a business and they give them £1 billion to provide something they've never provided. And the person who invented them said they shouldn't be used that way and they shouldn't be used for that
Keep
purpose.
a 2 metre gap. Why? Who knows? You know, it was all like that sort of stuff, wasn't it? Like... We'll have a bubble of 5. Why 5? Who cares? It must have been just some guy in the room down here.
But that's the questions they never answered and they wouldn't ask. So yeah, Lado, the daft-looking guy off Shaun of the Dead, would stand there, wouldn't he? And somebody else every day
just
for the
graphs.
Lockdown thing with graphs.
Blagging people's minds with graphs. Like I remember saying to someone...
Put flu on there.
That no one died of flu for 2 years.
No.
Or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Pneumonia, whatever it goes. No one died for 2 years. Either that disappeared... Because everyone was saying, it's disappeared because everyone's washing their hands and that now. I'm like, but COVID, yeah, because no one's washing their hands. And you're like, you can't have both sides of that argument.
It's just stupid. It's there, isn't it? Blunt force trauma was covered. Everything else. And to be fair, that was the only thing. They were pretty transparent about that, saying, because it was a 30-day rule. So they were transparent. If you got killed in a car crash, but you tested positive 29 days before, you were a COVID death and you were added to the numbers.
Well, the average deaths in the UK never went up. Whereas if you put another 100,000 deaths into an economy, you would say, this year's up 100,000.
Well, yeah.
But all the other ones were down. So I'm not saying no one died of COVID, but a lot of people were lent from others, especially like comorbidities and stuff like that. Like, they had COVID 6 months ago. Get them down there.
Like I said, anyone with a life debilitating illness that happened to contract it, because it was still a flu. I don't disagree. It was a strain of flu that was probably
come from a lab now. Apparently that's where CIA say it come from. That's where most people said it came from at the start, the COVID lab.
And I've been killing bats by the dozen as well, the poor buggers.
Turns out it wasn't like these 3 animals that don't come together ever in a market that don't sell them.
Don't talk to me about wet markets. I'll never go to a wet market ever again.
I'm starting to think them people that were just walking down then dropped dead, picked up on...
We're fake.
We're fake. They were all over the news.
They were?
No one dies of
these
flu
crisis
like that,
actors and stuff, Flu,
well,
like you said, flu does kill a lot of people every year. It's a massive killer. I think like tens of thousands, if not 100,000 people on average, round about that a year. It kills, but it's predominantly elderly people and people with severe ailments, isn't it? Which was the case during COVID, but they just renamed it and locked us down. For what purpose, I don't know. But my point was, when I was saying how I really enjoyed the lockdowns in COVID, it's still shit how people went mental, and we can it was going back to the point where we
for like 2 years.
Yeah, we can kind of laugh at it now, but there's people like you couldn't work. People
getting banned off every social media site.
That
LinkedIn, I was.
Imagine that.
Facebook didn't have Instagram or like that then, but them two was shadow banned on there, deleted off.
We've had it hard.
Yeah, absolutely horrendous.
Yeah. And then there's the people that lost people, obviously couldn't go to visit the hospital. Visit the random relatives.
There's still all that, but you know what I mean? Like, it was just individually sort of thing. It's just...
you felt it. You felt the impacts. Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of them there. What's the next year?
You're not shadow banned anymore, though, are you?
Took ages to get rid of that.
Every cloud, though, John.
Yeah. Mass misinformation I was doing.
Oh, hello.
Plus-size woman sues rideshare app after driver told her she would not fit in his car. What's he basing that on?
Is that the right woman?
Yeah. Oh. Imagine turn up in a Mini and she's trying to get in and you're trying to car share. She'd flip it.
Like,
and not just that, you could be car sharing with 5 people.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many people was in.
And that's a ride share, and it's people's own cars. It's not Uber and stuff, is it? And if you can't see it very well, she's quite a big lady. Well, quite big. I think that's a bit of an understatement, to be fair.
A back's like her ass, isn't it? Like back doesn't it high up ass, that doesn't it? Or is that
well, it just goes like that, really.
Yeah.
Usually, big people like that have got a shelf ass, but hers is just. It's just that crack's going up to her shoulder blades.
Like, if that happened to me, and like, because I used to be fat when I was a child, I'm a fat survivor. If that happened to me when I was younger, I would just be like dead quiet about it. Like, right, we're going on a diet, can't fit in cars anymore, time to lose weight. It's like them people have the house cut off and they get taken out. You'd be like, time to go on the diet. Let's cut the carbs out. You wouldn't be like, oh, this is disgusting. Fireman can't even carry me. I'm only 47 stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't make a song and dance. I'd be like, well, let's cut the carbs.
You'd stop the genetics argument, I'm a big boned argument and everything else. I reckon genetics probably does play a bit of a part. Everyone's different body shapes. You have endomorphs. Is it mesomorphs and stuff?
Oh, yeah, some people are naturally going to be bigger.
You naturally put it on. But it's still just because you're having more calories than you're burning. It is as simple as that.
Not them sort of sizes.
No, to get that big, you carry a bit, I carry a bit. You know, I come from a family really of big, strong,
you come from
kind of power lifters, hard men.
She was in Africa. Someone would hunt her.
Oh yeah.
That's what I mean. Like that's a reality, isn't it? Like,
and they get told off.
The natives are, yeah.
Thankfully, she hasn't got any ivory.
No, I don't. These people pick up a. I don't know if they're doing it for hits or something like that. But
the point is, isn't it? It's that being upset that. Because of yourself and your own situation, she might be happy. No issue with that. If she's big, happy, no issue. But don't get upset if you can't fit into a car and someone says, "This is my car. We're not going to butter the doors to allow you to try and get in." You're just not getting in. You're too big.
Well, it's like if I grow my toenails and they were like 20 foot long or something, and I'm complaining because I can't get in. You're like, I could cut their nails. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't blame everything around us. They can't compensate for my nails. Like, life can't fit around my toenails. No, it's the same with that, isn't it? Like, it's fine.
It is.
It's like them.
It's a mental example, but it's absolutely the same argument. Absolutely.
No, it's like the ones on planes. Honestly, if you ever sit on a plane with someone who's absolutely massive, it only happened to me once. Honestly, I can remember I was flying. I was like that the whole journey, like that. And they used both armrests. Yeah. You know, like the person on the other side was the same. So they had like 2 armrests. I thought, in theory, you should have less.
Yeah.
But no, it was an absolute nightmare.
It's just, it's wrong. It's not on. But again, they get upset about it and stuff. But I would ask to be moved. I would be really upset about that. And I've done it once because I'm quite broad-shouldered, like small and squat. I struggle. You're just quite nice to whoever's next to you to be like, oh, you're having that loud bit there. I'll just put my elbow on there or whatever else. But you're not arm wrestling these out the way because there's no room for them to go, is there?
No.
I don't know how they get on.
And if she drops a bomb on that plane, farts. Keep seeing them videos on TikTok, you know, when someone's farted on the plane. But you'll stop farting, please. Have you seen it? Please. It really smells.
They're just all sitting with the tops.
Please stop farting. She drops her guts in that plane. Oh, can I be turning it back?
She wouldn't be able to be fair. It sounds like we're really fat shaming her, but hopefully she watches this and it sounds like she's not the type of person to take it on board, but she does and thinks, actually, you're wrong, lads, because I couldn't shit on a plane because I couldn't fit in the toilet. Couldn't fit in that car. And I am going to do something with my life. Take a leaf out of John's book. Because when John was massively fat.
Well, you're allowed to do it when you're a former fatty. You can talk about fatness. Yeah. That's how it works.
Former, current. Oh. Let's see what else we've got today.
You pressed it.
Well, she must be upset with us. She don't want to go.
Oh, you love him.
Not Bachelor Barry again. Now, we included this one, so I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was, just when you thought, like, technology couldn't get any better and they couldn't make anything else, they've made there's a company there created a pen that vibrates when you spell a word incorrectly. The built-in sensors track your motion to recognise letters and words as you write. And I kind of try to set John up for this one because I'm an arsehole.
I was just going to say, I couldn't imagine if I had that in school. I was a white finger. Finger would be like that. Fucking hell, can't have this vibrating all the time.
I don't have one finger.
We have to nightmare for me, though. I can remember in school, you used to put a line under all your spelling mistakes, and it just looked like my book was highlighted. You know, like I was just like they just might as well just ruled it all under it. 4 or 5 pages with and, no full stops or anything. And. It was an absolute shocker.
Oh, brilliant. I could just imagine it, yeah, like you. Just smoke coming out of it. I'm like, it's the only person we've ever met who's broken the pen.
Put the pen down now.
I was trying to set you up with that one, but I was hoping you'd have your notes. Usually we have a couple of notes so I could show them, but yeah, it's backfired on me a little bit. Sorry about that, John. And sorry to all the kids and everyone else out there who may be dyslexic or whatever else, but yeah, we've all got our battles.
Dyslexia is shaming, is that a thing?
Yeah. So fat shamed, dyslexia shamed.
Yeah.
Shame them guys who are bumming donkeys in wherever they're at. I think you said it was down country, wasn't it? Probably Southerners. Also, this was from the store.
Fellow owner hits back after woman claims.
I don't know if you've seen it. The CCTV was all over, so the sign was down like that. She comes walking. Right, so this one, salon owner hits back after woman claimed sign fell on her in the wind, only for witnesses to come forward. And I've seen the videos, this was CCTV at the time, after storm. I can't pronounce it, Irwin or Enya or whatever the hell it was called the other weekend. Well, this debris, this sign was already laying down, so she's a chancer like them who walk into cars. She'd walked along, seen it, and put herself under it and try to sue the salon owner. I don't know why, because it would just be on a liability insurance. Obviously, she didn't cause it, it was a storm. But it's just a weird... Have people always done this? There's always been con men. There's always been fraudsters, but it's like everyone's out for whatever gain they can get, and she ain't got slippers on. She probably lives across the road and
pair
thought...
of Uggs.
Yeah, pair of Uggs, aye. She must have seen there, making a tea and thought, Kevin,
We see them on...
we can make a bit of dollar here.
In Russia, they have them dash cams, don't they? And in America, where like people walk past the car, just nudge you, like that, and they slide off, don't you? Like, what do you look like doing that? I wouldn't be able to live it down. And you can tell how she sat there. That hasn't fell on her because you're being trained. You'd be wanting the ambulance, wouldn't you? She'd be ringing down there like that. Just looks comfortable, doesn't it? Like she's just rested it.
Sitting up nicely. She's only got the bottom of her foot. Oh, it's like look, the other Uggs pointing out of her. Yeah. No, it just chances weirdos and.
Well, it's weird because when I went to Romania recently, went past this shop and it was a Hug shop, Hug shoes.
All right, yeah.
And I went, Jesus, no one wears Hugs anymore, do they? And this woman was sat next to us with Hugs on. And she just looked, honestly, I've never felt as bad.
What, did she understand you as well?
Well, she just looked at me and I was like, oh, what time in that? You know, like outside the shop. And I thought, well, couldn't believe it. It's like that time I can remember having a bad leg, saying, no one's worse off for me because I had a limp. And the guy in a wheelchair was next to us. And they never walked off as quick. I felt horrendous.
You don't know what this is like. This limp. At least you've got that.
Yeah. I've had this for like a day now. Oh.
Yeah. You lazy get in a wheelchair. You're a bad person.
I know. Well,
I'm a bad person. It's all coming out on this podcast.
Bad timing. I've got bad timing with stuff like that.
Thing is, everything we say, and you don't even have to explain it, but even with situations like that, there's no malice, whereas some people are malicious. So that's, about Bonnie Blue again. This was about Bonnie's injuries. So obviously we talked about Bonnie earlier on.
What injury she's got? Well, friction burn.
I think what they were saying is...
There's no way she had 1,000 men in a day. I'm just not having that.
Well, I think there's a lot of... What do they call them who look after women? Them ones that look after... It's usually a middle-aged fella who's got a sports car and he's in it for the women.
Sugar daddies.
No, well, yeah, whatever they do. Their legs are up in stirrups and they're getting the tools and that out.
Oh,
it always seems to be a fella,
right.
Which I'm not knocking them. They've gone into school, chosen on career day the right career path. But so many of them have come out and said it's nearly impossible to do that. Like it would have serious ramifications.
It's like, it wasn't like Guinness Book of Records where like, 1,000, you know what I mean? Like, it's like if last now went with like 20 lads in here and went, I'm on 1,500. Who's proving it wrong? Them lads aren't going to like, I counted, or as soon as they're in, they're out. And if you're not going to be like, should have been more people in front, was just happy to be in. So there's no one like, I reckon she went with about 50 or 40 tops. Because you go up them stairs, I'd say 40, I reckon, tops.
All they're doing is getting them pictures, like you say, of people on them stairs to say, look at all these. Reality is there's 20, and then they maybe pan out
went in
or
last
whatever.
and just finished it off.
Yeah, it's just, it's sick. But, yeah, I don't believe it.
Nah.
I really don't.
That last was on 100, and I think that like nearly wrecked her or something.
Yeah.
Can't imagine you just going 10 times in a quicker time.
Physically impossible. Like you said, 40 seconds and very, just...
How'd you get in last? If it was 1,000.
You've done it, well done, like that.
A bit sticky, but anyways.
Yeah, stop doing it. Yeah, that's your 40 seconds up. I can't kill
My dick's dissolved.
Yeah, she's going to need some after that. I wonder if they all got checked.
What's that, man? There's loads of stuff. There's too many flaws in it, isn't it? Like, it'll come out.
Yeah.
Be like, no, I didn't go with it. I was like,
Like you said, it's not a record because the Guinness World Records haven't done it, because they'd have to have all the lads' names on there who would
like if we did weights,
involved.
Just got some fake weights out. We've done the record. Like, there's no one there to certify it or out like that, and it's just the exact same thing with this.
Like Big Thor.
But she's done right because she's in every paper. And everyone's talking about it.
Making money, OnlyFans, everything else. Good luck to her. But if she's going to put herself out there, people are going to talk about her.
Wonder what her real name is.
Is it not Bonnie Blue?
Won't be Bonnie Blue, is it?
I just assumed it was.
You love him.
And we're back to Bevo.
I tell you what I wanted to talk about. Finish off with. Tell me what year Picasso died, the artist. What year do you reckon he died?
I'm either going to be massively out or massively thereabouts.
I'll give you the decade.
1970s. Am I right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you think he lived
I thought
years?
it was like
No.
300s or something like that. Picasso had a car. I look at him like Van Gogh and stuff like that. You know, like I was
even Van Gogh, it's not that long ago. I think this is the thing. Some people, I was with you before I learnt this. I remember seeing it a couple of years back. But it's that thing of time, isn't it? How the fact that we've got 2,000 years recorded time, like fair enough, we've got some stuff BC and everything else. It's only 20 lots of 100. It's not like Napoleon was around only 400-500 years ago, and
but that's what I thought. Like Picasso was like, I used to and stuff like that. I just assumed it was like one of these artists from the thing. I didn't know he was in discos and stuff like that. Probably had a car. That's what I mean. Like Picasso would have been like
probably worked for Alfa Romeo or something in Italy. And was he Italian or
Spanish?
French?
Was he?
Was he Spanish?
I think so. Yeah.
There you go.
It just come up the other day, and I thought, what? I was thinking.
Mine blow your mind?
Yeah. I honestly thought
it did mine at the time when I thinked. Did I get that bang on 70s? Don't tell us.
You Google that beforehand.
I didn't. I swear to God, I didn't. I've read it before. I've seen it before. 1974.
73. Miles out, you're wrong. Miles out. Absolute miles out.
You've made an absolute fool of yourself.
Made a sham of yourself there.
Everything was going so well. And then all of a sudden, made a dick of myself.
And the other thing I seen in the news was Selena Gomez crying into the camera. The crying into the camera ones always get me. I think it's class.
What was she crying for?
I think it's because of deporting people from America or something like that. Hollywood celebrities need to realise they're not influencing. They're not influencing normal people anymore. Like
I reckon they do.
No, well, they didn't in the election, did they? Beyonce and everyone. How many celebrities did Kamala Harris have?
Yeah.
Turns out what Beyonce wants isn't the same as someone who can't afford the shopping. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? No matter how much they say something, it just isn't.
I definitely think it has an effect, but I think it's on people who are not normal, if you know what I mean. The average person would look like you're saying there and think, David Beckham's telling us, King Charles or something, we've got to get behind him, or we've got to do this, or whoever else it is. They maybe grew up, some of these people grew up on council lists. Jim Radcliffe, who's just bought Man United, he keeps saying that, I'm a local lad from Manchester, billionaire, multi-billionaire. But they're at a different level now. They're not working class. They're not your average taxpayer. And like you said, anyone normal just thinks, what's Beyonce on about? Like, I have no interest because she's wanting Kamala. I'll vote for Kamala.
People didn't vote for Kamala because she come across like a bit of an idiot, inept, and she couldn't answer a question. That's why she lost. It wasn't because she was a woman, wasn't because of her skin colour or anything like that. She just come across nuts, didn't she? Like,
definitely not skin colour.
Oh, what's that mean?
It's in Trump. He's orange.
What's that mean? Like, yeah.
He's a real minority, Trump.
Yeah.
Him and the Oompa Loompas.
His son's massive, though. Have you seen it?
Oh, is she? Tall. Yeah. I seen him playing football. He's surprisingly quite good. Did you see it?
No.
It was like under 12s. This was when he was at school. like not American football, British football. Like our football. So he's playing, and he's about 6'6" or something there. And he's run. Other kids are like that. So maybe he was half decent, like he could control it, but he probably wasn't a well beat. It's just the fact that
he'd have been better shooting the hoops, wouldn't he, or something like that? Just really lean onto that size.
Yeah. It's good watching him and Elon, the different kind of levels on the spectrum, to see that the mannerisms, because they're totally different people. You can just see. What? Just before we finish, what did you think about Elon? Did you think it was or it wasn't?
It didn't look great, but I mean, what do people think that he thought? I'll tell you what, I'm going to go on here in front of millions of people. Let's bring that Nazi salute back, and everyone will do it back to us. I think he's just so awkward. He's went like, my heart goes out to you. Just went like that. But it just, aesthetically, it looks horrendous. I don't think he's got up there and thought like, are they all Nazis in here? Let's see how this goes down. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
the thing is, it wasn't even, it was like that, like you say, it wasn't.
I think people keep saying, like, showing you Hitler drinking water and him drinking water, saying, see? Like, joking, like, seeing the correlation and stuff like that. But like Jack...
Elon's got a tash.
That guy who run with Kamala Harris, I think it was a number 2. Right. He was like, he'd done the exact same thing.
I seen it. Yeah,
you know, there's loads of people, but they haven't, it just doesn't fit a narrative, so they don't jump on that stuff. I think Elon's just a bit awkward with stuff like that, and I think that's all it was.
He's the nerd at school. He's like you say, he'd be diagnosed with something if he was a kid when we were kids, and it would be awkward at school. He'd be kind of alienated, which sounds shit, but it's just what happened. And he's rich now. He's a bit of a rock star, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a famous person, and it must be hard handling that pressure and then trying to stop mannerisms and the way he is. And it definitely wasn't a slow. I don't even know if I'm a fan of Elon Musk. Some of the stuff I think I don't really like the guy personally, but
I don't mind it because they're both clever.
There's what?
I don't mind it because they're on that level of like cleverness.
You're on some level, John.
Both very intelligent. You probably won't like him. You'll be more. You'll be more like Beyonce or something like that. Oh my
Beyonce! Like Jake the Snake or a wrestler or something.
You prefer like Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
I love Jay-Z. Like.
No, I never loved Jay-Z.
You've always
even when I was 13 and 12. No. Yeah. On that note, but before we actually go.
There's a show on the 28th of March at Whitehaven, Rosehill, if you fancy that. And also, Gavin set up a merchandise. You can get stuff like this, and women love it. Honestly, walk around that, just a fanny magnet, if there's any lads out there. And if lasses want it, you'll be a dick magnet.
A dick? It's an expression I'm not familiar with.
I was just going to say, I've never heard anyone say that before. So.
Yeah. But yeah, we've got some great stuff. Obviously, John doing the attention seeking. We've got all the bouncer stuff from the sketches. A bit of everything, really. So you can either use this, do the QWERTY, or check out our bios because we've got links to all the merchandise on there as well. And let us know as well if there's anything that you'd like. Like John says, 28th of March, we've got a show locally in Whitehaven, West Cumbria. So, yeah, if you want to travel, it's a bit of a trek. Or if you're local, there's tickets are nearly gone, so I would get on there quick.
Get amongst it. But we'll see you on next week's show. Ciao.
Oh, no, sorry. Bye, everyone.